Picture this for a moment. It's a bright morning and you're standing in front of your closet. The sunlight filters softly through the curtains, and the day feels full of possibilities. But as you open those closet doors, instead of feeling calm and ready, you feel a knot in your stomach. The clothes hang tightly together, packed from edge to edge, some still carrying tags from years ago. You slide a hanger aside, then another, searching for something that feels right, but each blouse, dress, and jacket brings back a flood of memories instead of joy. You tell yourself, maybe I'll wear this again someday. But deep down, you know you haven't worn it in years and you probably never will. And yet, you close the door and walk away. Because letting go feels too hard. This is a quiet struggle so many senior women carry. The struggle of holding on to more than clothes, holding on to pieces of the past, to old identities, to the woman we used to be. That silk scarf at the back of the drawer? It reminds you of your best friend, long gone. That glittery dress? You wore it once to a special party and it made you feel dazzling. That jacket? It belonged to a time when you were busier, stronger, younger. Each piece of clothing, each object becomes a little anchor tying you to another chapter of your life. But here's the hidden truth. When the anchors are too heavy, they keep you from sailing into the joy of today. I think of my friend Margaret whenever I talk about this. Margaret, in her early 70s, still had an energy that filled a room, but her closet told a different story. Every morning, she sighed as she stood in front of it. She had beautiful things from her teaching career, coats from decades ago, and dozens of shoes she couldn't wear anymore because of her knees. She would say to me, "Nothing feels right anymore." Yet she couldn't bring herself to let anything go. One day, her granddaughter visited and innocently asked, "Grandma, why do you keep all these things you don't wear?" "I just want to see you in something that makes you happy right now." That single question pierced through. Margaret realized she wasn't holding on to clothes, she was holding on to old versions of herself. She wasn't dressing for the vibrant woman she was in the present. She was drowning in her past. So we started small. Just one drawer. It was filled with scarves, some gifts, some never worn. One by one she pulled them out. She laughed at some, teared up at others. And then she chose. She kept 3 scarves that truly brought her joy. The rest she folded and donated. When she closed that drawer, something shifted. She smiled. It wasn't about scarves anymore. It was about breathing. In the weeks that followed, something beautiful happened. Margaret began choosing outfits faster. She dressed with more confidence. She looked in the mirror and said, "This feels like me again." Not the teacher from 20 years ago. Not the young woman she once was. But her golden self, the woman she had grown into. And that's the deeper truth about decluttering. It's not about what you're losing. It's about what you're gaining. You gain space. You gain freedom. You gain joy. So let me ask you, do you have a closet like Margaret's? Or maybe a kitchen drawer, or even a whole room that feels more like a museum of your past than a reflection of who you are today? If you've nodded your head even just a little, this video is for you. Because today, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful decluttering steps designed especially for senior women that will help you let go gracefully and rediscover the beauty already in your life. And I promise you this, the final step is something almost no one talks about, but it's the very key to transforming a clean space into a joyful sanctuary. So stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll feel not just lighter in your home but freer in your heart. But before we dive in, I'd love to invite you to join our community here on Eversmart Senior Women. If you've ever felt weighed down by too much stuff, hit that like button right now. And make sure to subscribe, because here we share fashion, beauty, and lifestyle tips made for women over 50. This isn't just about aging, it's about shining. Now here's the beautiful part. Letting go doesn't mean erasing your story. It means clearing space so your present self can shine without being buried under yesterday's weight. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 powerful, senior-friendly steps to make decluttering not only possible but actually joyful. We'll tackle the emotional side of letting go, give you gentle techniques to simplify without overwhelm, and reveal one step at the end that almost every woman overlooks, but it's the one that turns a decluttered house into a peaceful sanctuary. Stay with me because once you learn these steps, you won't just have more space, you'll feel more alive in it. Step 1. Start small, start safe. One of the biggest mistakes women make when trying to declutter is beginning with the hardest area, like sentimental clothes or family heirlooms. That's where the emotions run deepest, and it often leads to shutting down before you even make progress. So instead, begin with a space that feels low risk, like a single drawer, a bathroom shelf, or a pile of old magazines. When Margaret, the friend I mentioned earlier, started her journey, she didn't touch her closet right away. Instead, she picked her scarf drawer. Why? Because while those scarves held memories, they weren't as overwhelming as her dresses or coats. Within 30 minutes, she had gone from a cluttered drawer to 3 favorite scarves that made her feel elegant, and a box full of donations ready to bless someone else. That quick win gave her the confidence to keep going. And here's the magic: every small success builds momentum. You're proving to yourself, I can do this. Think of it like dipping your toes in the water before diving into the pool. By starting small, you avoid emotional overload and instead, you get the sweet taste of freedom that motivates you to continue. So here's your action for today. Pick one small area. Maybe it's your nightstand. Maybe it's the top of your dresser. Or maybe it's your pantry shelf with expired items. Set a timer for 15 minutes, put on some music you love, and ask yourself as you handle each item, does this add value to my life today? If not, let it go. Remember, every big transformation begins with one small step. Let me ask you, if you had to choose right now, what's the one safe, small spot in your home that you could declutter today without stress? Drop your answer in the comments, because sharing your starting point might just inspire another woman to begin. Step 2. The 3-pile rule. When faced with clutter, most women freeze because the decision feels overwhelming. What stays? What goes? What if I regret it later? That's why the 3-pile rule is such a lifesaver. It simplifies the decision-making into 3 clear categories: keep, donate, and unsure. Here's how it works. As you sort through items, anything you love, use regularly, or need goes into the keep pile. Items that no longer serve you but are still in good condition go into donate. And anything you feel torn about, put into unsure. Now, the unsure pile is important because it removes the pressure to make a final decision in the moment. You'll revisit it later with a clearer head. For Margaret, her unsure pile became a safe middle ground. She wasn't ready to release everything at once, but she wasn't forced to keep it either. Once she placed items into these piles, the process became smoother, almost like a rhythm. Suddenly, decluttering wasn't a painful goodbye, it was a thoughtful choice. And the donate pile wasn't loss, it was a gift to someone else who could use those things right now. The 3-pile rule works beautifully because it gives you control. Instead of being stuck in indecision, you're making steady, confident choices. So here's your action. Next time you sort through a shelf or drawer, try this system. Lay out 3 boxes or bags and label them clearly. As you go, remind yourself, keep adds value to me, donate adds value to others, and unsure buys me more time. Now, I'd love to know, what do you think would land in your unsure pile first? A piece of clothing? Kitchenware? Maybe an old book? Tell me in the comments. You might be surprised how common your struggle is. Step 3. The memory box method. One of the hardest parts of decluttering is dealing with sentimental items. Photos, letters, gifts, souvenirs, they carry stories. The fear is that if you let go of the object, you'll lose the memory. But here's the truth, the memory lives in you, not the object. That's why I recommend creating a memory box. Instead of letting every sentimental item take up space in your home, choose one special box to hold your most precious keepsakes. Limit it to what truly matters. For Margaret, this was transformational. She had a whole closet filled with keepsakes from her teaching years. We created one memory box, and she carefully chose the letters, student notes, and small gifts that meant the most to her. The rest, she released. The act wasn't painful, it was empowering because she was curating her memories with love, not drowning in them. This method allows you to honor your past without letting it overwhelm your present. Every time you open that box, you'll feel joy, not guilt. So here's your action. Get a sturdy, beautiful box, something that feels worthy of your memories. Set yourself a limit. Maybe it's one box for photos, one for keepsakes. Then choose intentionally. Ask, does this piece represent a story I want to carry forward? If yes, place it in the box. If not, release it with gratitude. This process frees you to enjoy your home today while keeping your dearest memories close. Now let me ask, if you had to choose one memory to put in your box right now, what would it be? A letter? A wedding photo? A gift from a friend? Share below. Your stories inspire us all. Step 4. Respect your energy and pace. As we grow older, energy becomes one of our most valuable resources. Decluttering can be physically tiring and emotionally draining, so it's vital to work with your energy, not against it. That means short, focused sessions rather than marathon days. Margaret learned this quickly. In her excitement, she once tried to clear her entire closet in one day. By evening, she was exhausted and discouraged. The next time, she set a timer for 20 minutes, tackled just her shoes, and celebrated the win. That small change made all the difference. You don't need to finish in one go. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. When you respect your limits, you make decluttering sustainable. So here's your action. Plan your decluttering around your natural energy peaks. Are you a morning person? Do one session after breakfast. Need rest in the afternoon? Take it. Use a timer, celebrate small victories, and stop before you burn out. Ask yourself, if you decluttered just 20 minutes a day for 1 week, how much lighter could your home feel? Share your thoughts below. Sometimes imagining that progress is enough to get started. Step 5. Create beauty, not just order. Decluttering isn't only about getting rid of things, it's about making space for joy. Too often, women stop at clearing, but they forget to infuse beauty into what remains. When Margaret finished her closet, we didn't just leave it bare. We added a soft lavender sachet for fragrance, arranged her favorite outfits at eye level, and placed her jewelry in a tray that made her smile. Suddenly, the closet wasn't just organized, it was inviting. Beauty matters. It lifts your spirit every time you see the space. That final step transforms decluttering from a chore into self-care. So here's your action. Once you finish clearing an area, add one touch of beauty. A flower in a vase, a favorite photo, a colorful scarf neatly displayed. That little detail turns your space into a sanctuary. Now let me ask you, if you could beautify one spot in your home today, what would it be? Your dresser top? Your kitchen counter? Share below. Your idea might inspire another woman to try it too. You've done something powerful. You've learned that decluttering isn't just about things. It's about releasing the weight of the past so you can step fully into your present. By starting small, using the 3-pile rule, honoring your memories with a box, respecting your energy, and finally adding beauty, you're creating more than a tidy home. You're creating freedom. Remember, you're not behind. You're not losing anything. You're gaining clarity, peace, and joy. Your home should reflect the amazing woman you are today, not the weight of yesterday. If this spoke to you, give this video a thumbs up. Comment below, what's one item you're finally ready to let go of? And don't forget to subscribe to Eversmart Senior Women, where we celebrate style, wisdom, and beauty in every season of life.